Hey guys, welcome back to Easel Does It Studio. My name is Michelle and welcome back. So I had a request to do a couple lid toppers from one of my subscribers. So this one here is for you. I believe it was Maria that had asked. So this one is for you. But before we get into what we're going to be doing, I got some happy mail. Yay! All right, so this is this one here is from Maria, and it is from my Amazon wish list, and it is the 9-tail fox. I didn't even know what these were called until my granddaughter told me last night when I was like, I got this cute fox, but I don't know, what it is. I said, it's got like feathers on it. She's like, meme feathers. She goes, you mean a 9-tailed fox? I'm like, I don't know. I'll show you when we get home. I was picking her up at work. So we get home and she's like, yeah, it's a 9-tailed fox. They have different ones. And I'm like, oh, well, I had saw it and I thought it was cute. So I put it on my list. Thank you so much. And then she got me a 3-headed dragon. So you can see 1 head, 2 head, 3 heads, but then it's got the one body. It has like a tree branch that he's perched up on. So we will be using one of these real soon because I can't wait to do the fox. And if I could get better at mixing my colors with mix-to-mold, I would do that fox in the mix-to-mold. We still might. All right. I'm gonna put these back in the packages so they stay as clean as humanly possible in this dungeon of a studio of mine. All right. So that was from Maria. So thank you. All right. So then I got 2 other packages. And this one is from Cindy Brianese. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sorry. Cindy, thank you. These are the double swans. And I already know what my first ones are going to be of this. So this will definitely be an upcoming video. All right. Sorry about the crackling. I'm not going to put that one back in the bag because they are kind of squished in there. But it's a big swan and a little swan. How cute is that? These would be gorgeous on a living room wall. I'm going to put them in my bathroom. I have a wall where I could put 2. So we're going to do these. I already know what I'm going to be putting in them. So I'm just going to put it in the big bag so that, we don't get all the crunching and crackling of the cellophane. Because I know sometimes on camera it's a little bit louder, so I apologize. But I wanted them to be able to space themselves out so they're not all scrunched. And then my other package is also from Cindy. So thank you so much, you guys. And these they're called mandala coasters, but they're really a hot plate. I'm going to do these in the mix-to-mold so that they're going to be heat resistant, and they're going to be coasters. And I can get them out, and there's 2 of them in here. But look how beautiful those are. I mean, they're kind of big for a coaster, but I probably will eventually pour them in resin as well. because I know trying to get the mix to mold in all these little spots, I'm going to probably have to do one at a time because there are a lot of intricate designs. So I'm thinking I am going to probably like color the mold when I do something, and then we'll pour the mix to mold in, and then I can just seal them after that. So thank you guys so much. All right, and all right. Oh, I'm trying not to crackle, guys. Alrighty, so thank you, Cindy and Maria, so much. All right, so I'm going to set those off to the side, and we're going to get on with today's project. So I have got my different size ice pieces out. These are just in the floral department. They're called fillers. You can type in fake ice cubes too, and they do come up. So those are the small, these are the medium, and then I do have the actual like ice cubes. So my husband wants a topper for his cup, and I just painted 2 cups. I'm just gonna do us each a new one, and I'm gonna do a hand painted scene on them. But I figured I would get the tops ready, and that way it will give me a little bit more inspiration as to what I'm gonna paint on them. So, because his is going to be a guy, I have got a little boat here. So we've got a rowboat with a couple of paddles. I've got a lighthouse. I've got this buoy. Now, I don't know if I'm going to use like all of these pieces. I'm going to probably grab some like regular starfish and some shells and do that. So, and then I did take out a cherry and a lemon wedge. These I just got on Amazon. They're just called fake fruit. And these came in this package with all kinds of stuff. It's got umbrellas. It's got some starfish and not sand dollar shell. It does have a little turtle. So yeah, it's a whole bunch of different things. So that is going to be for his top. And I have been looking, I don't know how many of these things that I ended up buying and they were the wrong size until I finally went to Michael's and they had this little miniature easel. So mine is going to have this little easel, which is like a really chintzy, falling apart chintzy. So I'm going to UV that together. And then it has a little paint palette, a little itty tiny bitty little brush, and a fake picture to put on the easel. So yeah, so that's kind of what's going to go on there. So before I get too far into this video, let me get this all attached and secured so I'm not messing with it once we get into doing the video. So I'm going to pause you. I'm going to do that. I'll pull out my shells and then we will continue from there. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I finally got that thing together. It took me a good 40 minutes. So we are going to start with my husband's first. I've got that still, and all right, I almost cured it to my light. It's got some bumps on it, but that's fine. It's for me. All right, so we're going to start with my husband. So when you do these, you want to make sure that you keep the straw hole clear, because if you plug it up, then you ain't going to be able to drink with the cover on. All right, so I'm just gonna, so I popped the little piton thing that slides. I just popped that out because we're not going to use that. All right, so I'm just gonna see size-wise what I can fit in here. All right, I'm gonna probably take some of the little ones. Yeah, so we're gonna fill that bottom hole. I am gonna put a piece of tape over the 2 holes on the back side so that the resin doesn't drip down into the back, and that will come off after. But that way, we want the whole thing to be sealed. All right, so I'm just gonna put some resin, and I'm just using the UV hard type, and let me just kind of, I want to get it out of my light. All right, so we're just going to put a thin layer in the bottom, and then we're going to pop these, let's pop a few bubbles first, if we can. I mean, it's not going to show because it's the underneath, but let's just, you want those in there nice and snug. All right, so I'm gonna pop that underneath the light for a few minutes, and we're gonna do the same to this one just to get this bottom section done. So, I mean, you can pretty much do what you want as far as, like, if you wanted bigger ones in the bottom. Oh. I'm just doing this to kind of give a little bit more of a flat base to it. And these have like all different sides, so you can really like pack them in nice and tight. All right, so we'll take the other one out. We'll put that one in. Those are nice and hard now. So, you know, some are going to be crooked, but I do want a flat area for my boat. So I'm going to put those 2 right there. And I'm gonna cure that. All right, so we got some small ones. Let's get some medium. Get a pile of medium. Definitely gonna probably use some more smalls. And my soda. And you don't need to cure them all the way through because there's going to be so many layers that they are, you know, they're going to get cured many of times. And let me glue the boat on so I know that's where we want to put it. Because sometimes I get carried away and then I'll put things and I'm like, crap, now I don't have room for that. Or, all right, so this is my easel, and what I did is I UV resined the whole thing, and then I UV resined this on both sides, and then I UV'd it to the stand. And I coated this on both sides as well, in the sides, so that it makes this waterproof and this somewhat waterproof. I will have to go back in and do the sides, but that's not that big of a deal. All right. So we've got that attached, so now we can just get some UV resin down, and we can just stick whatever we can fit in the little tiny crevices. All right, so then I can, you know, because you want them, some of them angled. All right, maybe my light will work. I think I need a new battery in here. It wasn't drying quick before. All right. And so we just want to build it up. Oh, I gotta get underneath there. I forgot to cure those. And then once I'm done, I'll put both of them underneath there for a good 5 minutes anyways. All right, so I'm gonna put those two like that. And the longest part of doing these projects is just figuring out where you want stuff. And I try to fill in all of the bottom so that there's no place for like something to get underneath, so that when you go to wash them, like my top is going to be hard to wash because of the wooden pieces that I have. Let me throw that little one in there, and I'm going to just drizzle some UV resin around it. Get some in there. Pop that down. Okay, and we definitely want some, I'm trying not to get my head in the way, guys. Now, let me turn it around so I can get some built up on the back here. Put a little, let's cure them, and basically you just need it so that they don't move. So when you put the next ones in place, those ones aren't moving. You know, because I mean, you want some like kind of hanging over to make it look like, you know, there's ice. And I like my ice to sit funny. I don't like them all to be even like that. All right, so put one in here. It is so hot here, guys. Today, I guess, is supposed to be the last day of this intense heat of like 80 degrees in September. This is like unheard of in Maine. All right, so I might not put fruit in it. So I've got to get his, I want to get the oars in. Let's see. Maybe we'll put that one like that, and that one like that. I should have painted these first, but I didn't. And then we'll put, so sometimes you just have to like put it so you know where you need your UV resin to kind of sit. I'm gonna take my tray out so that I can just sit that on there. It's the only thing with these big toppers, once they start getting high, then you have to take the tray out for them to fit. All right, so let's start getting a few shells on here. And by using the big light, it's got more wattage, so you can, it sets up much quicker. Oh, my buoy. All right. And let's see, I forgot about the buoy. Well, maybe we won't use it. All right, let's see where we can put some starfish. Put one there. No, might as well stick one right on the front of the boat. And all right. So you can put as much or as little on there as you want. I don't think I'm going to do any fruit on his. I think it's starting to look kind of good the way it is. I definitely want... So when I see a blank spot like that, I just fill it in with the UV resin. Not quite, but it's staying there. And just want to fill in any little gaps that you see so that your bottom is all nice and filled up so that water won't end up seeping down in there anywhere. You don't want any areas that can trap to get mold. You know, if water sits in there and then if water can get under there and sits there, you could end up with some mold under there. So you want to make sure you fill the whole cavity good. All right, so now I'm thinking, do I want to add any more ice or not? Yeah, we might as well put one right here. Yeah, and when your fingers start getting slippery, it makes it a little bit tougher. All right, so we're gonna let that, I'm gonna let that cure and we'll see. So now I know this is probably gonna have to go in somewhat first. All right. So I'm just going to put some UV resin down, and I'm going to kind of get that in there. Oh, because I want that to really be secure, and that just made it under my light, guys. All right, so I'm just thinking, I don't know how much more to put. All right, so I just put that in there, so I'm just gonna drizzle the UV resin around it, and then we're gonna drop that in there, and let's get another seashell in there, and put that in there, and we'll, oh, crap, where was this? I don't know where this one was. All right. So I'm gonna pour some resin in the bottom again, so that when I start placing these ice pieces, that our bottom is all nice and coated. So I know I have white resin everywhere, so I'm trying to fill in as much as I can. All right. So this is one of the toppers. So what do you think? Let me try to zoom in because I think it focuses better that way. There we go. And I just don't know. I think the lighthouse would be too much. I think it would be too much on there. So yeah. And then what I'll do is I'll just take some sealer and seal over those. Well, maybe I can just cover these with a little bit of UV resin just to make sure that they're in there nice. So I'm just getting a thin coat over the ore. All right. So we're just gonna kind of build up around this. So hopefully this is helping you, Maria, because she said she wanted to learn how to do these. Oh. All right, got them both under there for now. All right, so I think I'm gonna put a few shells in mine as well. So this is his. I'm just trying to see if I would have room to put a, nah, the big one would look funny. All right, so his is done. All right, that's finally staying in place. And we have my paint palette that I want to attach, and my brush. All right, so how do I'm thinking if I UV that to that, that I think would work. All right, let me just pop that in there for a minute. And now the only thing is if you do drop these hard on the ground, you can have pieces break off from it. So just, you know, be careful. Don't be like me, and the first time you take it out in public, you drop it and break it. Because that's what I did. Yes, I did. All right. So now we have our paintbrush adhered to our little palette. I have been wanting to do this for so long, and I could not find a palette that was small enough to fit on the cup, on the topper. I'm like, I know there's got to be one out there. All right, so this is going like this. And like that, and I'm gonna take this, instead of moving it, I'm going to try to get that cured so it doesn't move, because I know if I try to put it under the big light, it's gonna fall, and then I'm gonna get frustrated. Come on, light. All right, I gotta change my batteries in this. All right. I'm just gonna pop it under here for a quick minute just to do I want to put a turtle maybe on mine? Oh, that one's got a broken. Maybe. These are, they just have magnets on the back, but I don't know. I just got it out just to see. Nah, it's gonna be too big. All right, so we're not gonna use that. Let me get some smaller pieces in here. So let me just get a few under here. All right. You notice how much more UV resin I'm using on mine than my husband's because I know how klutzy I am. I do. All right, just give that a second. You know what I'm actually thinking about doing on his is taking some UV blue and like drizzling it through there. I don't know if it's gonna work, but all right, so let's see if I can. All right, so, all right. My wipe here. All right, so now we've got enough big ones on mine. Let's a few medium ones here. All right. I think that's it for the ice. Now we're going to put a few embellishments and they will both be done. I'm trying to keep this somewhat quick, but also like show you all the steps that it takes. All right, so let me get starfish. And that there. if it's going to work better with tweezers or not. Because it doesn't matter. I just can't seem to hang on to anything today. I just can't. Put that in there. Let me cure that real quick. Let's see. And I'm going to put a couple of those. You know, it's just going to be like I'm painting at the beach. All right. So we gotta... All right, let's put this one right here. So it gives a little height. Stay. And we're going to put that one there. And just stick it under there for a second. So if you go into the miniature section, is where you can find like a lot of little tiny things that would be good for doing these type of things. I'm gonna try to put that starfish right there. All right. So I think that's where we're gonna leave that one. Once. So what do you think? It's kind of plain right in here. I need something. I definitely need something there, but what do I want? Please don't let me break his before I show it to him. I just knocked it over. All right, so I'm going to give that a cure, and then I will show you the final looks. I'm just trying to keep my bottle from getting so sticky. I am so sloppy. It's not even funny. All right, so I'm going to take these off because I'm pretty much done. So here are our two toppers. And you can see both holes are there for them. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Alrighty, have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, if it inspired you, click the like, the share, the follow, the whole, thing. Alrighty, guys, bye.